Hello and welcome to another week's edition of the Weekly Waller Review Show. We had another good week last week with 4 winners at 4 different tracks in 3 different states, and your first winner from the Queensland base in Devilhawk.
That's right, Charlie. One winner at each venue and made good start to the new season. Every state's off to a good start, and as you say, Queensland will be something you'll be hearing a bit more about. It's not a stable that we're trying to take over Queensland in by any means. It's simply just using it as a base to see horses that have reached their mark in Sydney or perhaps looking for a more suitable race. And obviously that leads into Magic Millions meetings, Queensland Carnival in the winter, and lots of good opportunities through good prize money throughout Australia. So yeah, good to see the systems working. Obviously Melbourne was good to see Jaminza win there, and a very impressive win with Sayed. And obviously Devilhawk in Queensland, and Chad Lever rode a winner at Kembla.
Canberra was the horse.
Yeah, Canberra at Kembla, and unfortunately had a terrible fall at Scone yesterday, Tuesday. He was airlifted to the Newcastle Hospital with bleeding on the brain, Charlie.
Yeah, small bleed on the brain and lacerations to his face. So obviously our thoughts and prayers are with him, and wishing him a speedy full recovery.
Yeah, I also think it's good to see the response at the race meetings, because apparently he may have even stopped breathing for a little while. So rapid response is what counts, and whether it be racetracks, training tracks, it's all about safety. And in this modern day we've seen too many lives lost or too many injuries, so I think their congratulations should go to the Scone Race Club and the paramedics on the scene. Absolutely. Let's hope he's back soon.
Okay, we'll kick off into a more cheery note into Rose Hill Race 2. We have Vaucluse Bay, who's going for 3 in a row.
Very good winner last start, Charlie. He put them away at the 200 metre mark.
Didn't he just?
Same combination really, distance, track conditions, and Corey Brown to ride. So it does go up in weight a little, but gee, he won with a bit in hand the other day. He'll take some beating on Saturday.
We also have Zorkan in the race from a good barrier and Brenton Abdullah.
Yeah, well, he started favourite last start and was disappointing. I don't think we could put his run down to anything in particular. All I can say is his work since then's been good, and let's hope he can bounce back. Meets the winner, obviously a little bit better at the weights.
And finally, Multifacets, barrier 3.
Yeah, it's a few weeks between runs for him. We've decided not to run him, just endeavouring to get a bit more weight on him, and it seems to have worked. He seems to be working well. He hasn't been running that bad, but I think he's capable of better. So let's see on Saturday with a bit more weight condition on him that he runs a bit better.
Okay, into the 1800 metre race we have Leopari. What do you make of that?
It's hard to make a case for him getting the distance, but in saying that I think he's ready for it. He ran last start, but it was a forget run. It was 1500 metres at Rose Hill. They went slow. They sprinted home in about 34 seconds. In the middle of winter, that's pretty quick sectional time. So I just think he lost a bit of interest in the straight. I think he can bounce back on Saturday, and if he is going to get 1800, it'll be now at the end of the preparation, coming off the back of a strong 1500 metre listed race last start.
Okay, going into race 5 we have Hogmanay, who's resuming with James Ennis back in the saddle.
Did a fantastic job this horse last preparation, winning in a range of distances right up to 1900 metres, which was his last win. He's been a really good performer. If he doesn't win, he's in the first 3. He resumes off the back of a strong trial, some strong track work. He's ready to run well.
Okay, in the same race we also have Way Anchor on the minimum, who's drawn awkwardly. He's also down in Melbourne.
Yeah, I think with the 7-day backup and the trip to Sydney and the bad barrier, I think he's best kept at Flemington. He's drawn reasonably well down there, and no travelling, it's his home track. Back to 1400, last start was a mile, so look out for him at Flemington.
Okay, race 7 we have Saracen and Tom Melbourne both resuming.
Yeah, both nice horses, new additions to the stable, and welcome additions for the staying ranks. I think they'll be in for good springs if their trials and track work's been anything to go on. Saracen hasn't raced since the Villiers in December last year, where he ran 3rd, which is obviously a very creditable performance for a middle distance or staying horse. He looks the part. He's been given plenty of time since since arriving and settling in Australia. So this preparation, I'm sure you'll be seeing bigger things from him. Whether he's sharp enough to win over 1400 first up, obviously he ran a place in the Villiers, but that was I guess 8 months ago. So need to respect that time he's had off, and obviously it's a long preparation ahead. Tom Melbourne couldn't have been any more impressive in a trial out on the course proper last week at Rose Hill. Obviously a pretty quirky horse. We've gone back to the basics from memory, no gear.
Yeah, absolutely right.
And
just
just see how he performs. Change of scenery can often do these horses the world of good.
And race 8 we have Gretna also resuming. Blake Shin, barrier 2.
Well, she was like a gazelle at the trials last week also. She won a trial by a big space.
9, I think.
Yeah, that's not the be all and end all, obviously, trials, but it shows that there's certainly nothing wrong. She's happy to run, and I guess it's the right race for her on Saturday as a result. She's running against the fillies and mares, drawn well in gate 2, and Blake Shin aboard.
Okay, and into the last race of the day we have My Giuliano also resuming. 1500 metres, barrier 8.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect him to win first up. He has won first up in the past, but a much easier grade it would have been when he's coming through the grades. Now that he's got his rating up to about his level, it's very hard unless they're in perfect distances. So you never say never in this game, but it would surprise me to see him win. But he looks well. He should be back for a good prep.
Okay, and Sonic Swish, who's drawn another awkward barrier in barrier 14 and 14.
Yeah, tricky horse, and not an easy horse for the jockeys to ride, which we always respect. Everybody wants their horses in the same position, basically. I guess 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, getting the run of the race with a bit of cover. When they're drawn wide, it's not easy for the jockeys to get there, and especially with a horse like him, he gets a bit keen. So I guess if he does run, he'll be looking for cover. If he doesn't run, there's a nice race at Canterbury next Wednesday over a similar distance.
Okay, we'll head down to Flemington in race 4 where we have Jaminza on the quick backup.
Yeah, good
Looking
winner.
to go again.
That's right. Good winner last start. Didn't win by a big margin, but I like the way he did it. He's in winning form. It's only an extra 100 metres. It's his home track again, Flemington. Stephen Baster rides.
Correct.
And what's he drawn?
Slightly awkward. 10 of 12.
10 of 12 at Flemington. It's not a big deal. I just think you need cover. He would have been back midfield or a touch worse last start. Come into the race at the right time. If there's pace on, they can certainly win from anywhere at any track, let alone Flemington.
Okay, race 5, Rachel and Ben Mellon, barrier 7.
Yeah, she had a jump out last Friday just to keep her fitness levels up because, of course, she missed the run 2 weeks ago over the 1200 metre fillies and mares race. So this is sort of a plan B. She hasn't won at this distance before. It's going to be a bit of a task, but if we can get her to switch off and conserve some energy early, I'm sure she'll run well.
Okay, and race 8, Allwood, down with 54.5 kilos, Michael Walker.
First up run was a blinder. Second up run had no luck whatsoever. He was back 3 wide on a limb, forced to make a very tough run from a long way out. So he's at least drawn well on Saturday. The big roomy track should suit, and he could easily bounce back to form.
And just the one up in Doomben, Hollywood Bound.
Yeah, on a
Very captain.
7-day backup. He's out of form in Sydney and simply sent up there. It's an easier race. Unfortunately, he's got a big weight to carry. We're going with the senior rider, hoping to use Larry's experience and see how we can get him home.
Okay, well, best of luck, Chris.
Well done, Charles.